Good afternoon, Bronx Arts Middle. It's Mr. Narewski on Tuesday, March 17th. It's been a great first day of online learning. I'm really proud of all the student work, their questions and feedback to each other. Can't be more proud. And now our goal is to be really consistent each and every day. So the work that you put in today, let's see if we could repeat it tomorrow and then the next day and the next day. So let's talk about some things that we need to make sure that we're all doing as we move forward. The first thing, a lot of people struggle with what our video meetings are all about in the morning. So I posted this on Google Classroom. It's our link to our Google Meet. We are meeting as a class every morning that we have school at 9:30 in the morning. You can meet with me and all your other students in our classes at a Google Meet. And in order to do that, all you have to do is click on the link on Google Classroom or in your email, and you will see this announcement that says, "Oh, I could join at 9:30 the seventh grade social studies group." And you have it for math, and you have it for ELA, and you have it for your other classes. If you join that, you could have one-on-one conversations, your questions, your concerns, your thoughts, your comments, and we could go back and forth. Today, we had a large group of students join us. I'd like to see that same group tomorrow and then even more. It's a good way to saying hello. It's a good way of catching each other and keeping and monitoring each other. So there were some things we cleaned up. Tomorrow is going to be a little bit better than today, but that's our link for our Google Meet every morning, 9:30 in the morning. That's our social studies time together. Classwork is posted each and every day. We had an assignment that was due today at 4 o'clock. I also posted tomorrow's assignment, and that's what we're going to kind of go over. Tomorrow's assignment is all about Jefferson's foreign policy. If you would like to open up your assignment, you will see the exact same thing that I see posted. Each of you have a copy of this already. It has a heading at the top, the date that the assignment is going on, the time that it's due at 4 p.m. tomorrow, Wednesday, March 18th. Directions: complete each of the tasks. There are 2 tasks just like there were today, and then turn in your assignment on Google Classroom. A lot of students have been sharing and emailing with their teachers. It's a lot easier to turn in. There's a button on Google Classroom that says to turn in. Click on that button and your work will be literally viewed by your teacher through that. Tomorrow's task has 2 expectations. The first one, read and annotate your source, Jefferson's foreign policy. Click and drag sentences that are important, and then click the highlight color button. Write in your notes in the margin. Click the Insert tab, and then click Insert Comments tab to write your notes. And you need a minimum of 5 comments or notes. So here's some things that happened today. Exact same expectations, the exact same assignment when it comes to skill work. As I read, if there's something that stands out to you, you're going to click and drag, and then the highlight button is at the top. You could highlight it. If there's something important to you, if there's something that stands out to you, you're going to annotate the text itself. There's a lot of people that did not annotate their text. They kind of jumped right down to the bottom for their questions, and they got a lot of points off on their actual assignment today. I would keep and make sure that you are following the expectations and the directions. So I'm clicking, I'm holding, I'm dragging the assignment. A lot of people did this today. They copied the entire passage, the entire paragraph, and then they kind of wrote themselves a little comment in the margins. You want to make sure that you're highlighting the most important sentences, the most important features. Maybe there's something you don't understand. For instance, inaugural address. Maybe you have a comment. You might want to post something like this. I'm commenting, I don't know what that word means. That's a way of you're annotating. You need at least 5 annotations in the margins. As you read, you could annotate a whole bunch of different ways. You don't have to just write the gist the entire time. You could write a connection. In this paragraph, Jefferson's making a connection to westward expansion. These are my own notes. These are my own thoughts. And you notice your comment bank starts to pile up in the margins on the right-hand side. Task 1 is to read and annotate. You need to highlight the text that stand out to you. You also need to make comments. So to highlight, the British began placing a blockade, allowing some American ships to bring supplies to Europe. I think that's important. I click the entire sentence, I let go, and then I click the highlight button. This angered France, which decided to make their own laws. These changes put American merchants in a difficult position. If you obeyed the British rules, their ships could be seized by the French. If you obeyed the French, their ships could be seized. So in this sentence, I might make a comment. I click and hold this sentence. I add a comment. America is in a difficult position. Who will they side with? And then click the comment button one more time, and then your comment is saved. You're going to see vocab. You're going to see a lot of key terms that are new today. Foreign policy is a topic that we have not really discussed. So with that, you might want to keep these two thoughts in mind. It's early 1800. Thomas Jefferson is elected president. Now he's in his second term, and things start to get really, really jumbled on what should he focus on. So there's two words you're going to see often this week, and that's domestic versus foreign. The word foreign means dealing with other countries. You're dealing with the world. You're dealing with what the other nations have to do with your nation. And then domestic means dealing with your own issues inside your own country. Right now, the United States is dealing with a major domestic issue, how to deal with coronavirus. It's impacting our people. It's impacting our day-to-day lives. It's impacting our own businesses. But it's something that also was dealt with from a foreign nation. The way that we travel, the way that our citizens deal with other businesses around the world. Um, each president has to kind of balance out these two terms. You can't just focus on only helping out your citizens at home. You have to think about balancing both domestic and foreign affairs. So Thomas Jefferson, his big domestic issue is let's expand west. Let's buy all this land out in Louisiana Territory. Let's start to push expansion across our borders. As he decides to do that, our country is going to get involved with other foreign nations, nations that also have a major investment in some of that land. You're going to hear France come up again. You're going to hear Great Britain come up again. And we're going to see how his plan to deal with other nations will eventually cause our country to make a decision whether or not we should go to war with another foreign power. So that's what's going to unfold today. You're going to get a little bit of a preview for that as you read and annotate the source today. Jefferson's foreign policy. How do we deal with other nations around the world? As you read your first task and annotate the same way that you did today, when you're finished, there's task 2. After reading, answer the following comprehension questions below, and then type your responses. So just like you did today, a lot of people did a strong job responding to the reading comprehension questions. What problems did America run into as they expanded westward? If you think you have the answer, America ran into the problem of fighting wars. Again, we're rewriting the sentence, we're answering the question and using a complete sentence, and we're doing that for each and every one of these questions that are posted. When you get to the bottom, there's no more questions. That means your assignment is done. Before you share, before you do anything else, you would go back to Google Classroom, and for the assignment that you have, you're going to see your work in the right-hand corner. And it's a little bit different in my Google Classroom. You're going to see the word your work in this space provided. you will see a button that says turn in. You're going to click that button to turn in your finished work. And that way, what I literally have is a running record of who's turned in their work and who has not. Justin 702, if I'm looking at yesterday's work from Tuesday, March 17th, if I open this, I see all the students that have turned in their work on time before the 4 o'clock deadline. I could open up the work itself. I could actually see what you've done when it came to what you annotated, the questions that you posted, the answers that you came up with. And then I could actually give you a grade and return this in a timely manner. So your goal is to turn in your work. And there's a few people that still have to turn in their work. There are 12 that are missing, they're assigned. So if you have a friend that hasn't turned in their work, you want to monitor and help them out, be a good idea. The quicker you turn them in, the quicker your grade goes up to where it should be. There will be a few scholars that I call in a few minutes. Just to make sure that they're with us. So if you're missing your work, there'll be phone calls home as well. Tomorrow is day 2 of online learning. It was an awesome first day. Let's keep this going. And again, be safe, be healthy, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a nice day.